Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 5. So going into Season 5 of The Flash, we know that we are going to be seeing some cool new things on the show. One of them being the new villain for the season, that being Cicada. Of course, we also know that Barry will finally be getting the Flash ring. And along with this, also getting a new, very comic-accurate suit, which will actually be inside of this Flash ring. And we will also be getting a new version of an old familiar group of friends. Are they friends? Let's just call them friends. So just quickly guys, right now as this video is going live, I am streaming over on Twitch. So if you're watching this video within like the first hour or two of it coming out, check out the Twitch link in the description down below. Come over and hang out with everyone else and just have a chat and all of that. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys over there. But once again, like we brought up in like multiple videos over the past couple of weeks, at San Diego Comic-Con, at the panel for The Flash, Todd Helbing, who is the executive producer or the showrunner of The Flash, revealed that we would in fact be getting a younger version of the Rogues showing up this season. And this was brought up and also goes hand in hand when Todd brought up that this season of The Flash, season 5, would all be around the concept of legacy. So this might actually give us a hint as to what they could be going with and doing with these new Rogues. So since season 1 of The Flash, we have seen every member of the Rogues from the comics appear in the Arrowverse at some point, whether it is like a recurring role, like your Captain Cold, your Heat Waves and stuff like that, or even like, what was the name? Blacksmith, I think her name was. Or even just for like a one episode spell like Magenta and stuff like that. A couple have appeared on Arrow. I think Double Down and Murmur were the two that appeared on Arrow. Might be missing one of them, but those are the ones off the top of my head. But as you would expect, seeing that they are the Rogues Gallery of The Flash, the majority of them, or the vast majority, have appeared on The Flash. But obviously some of them have died, and some of them are in different areas of the world in different periods, and some are even time traveling with Bebo. So trying to actually do the Rogues on the show properly, well, that ship has sailed for now. Like, that is definitely not happening. So what it looks like is going on is that they are trying to appease fans or please fans of the comics and the show by trying to properly do a take on the Rogues, but this coming with a younger version or younger takes on them. Let's say like a legacy take on them. So by this, we should expect characters that have basically the same abilities to what we have seen with some previous Rogues, but with a new person using them for the most part. Now we should expect to see new characters in this group, completely new ones we have never met. However, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if we got one familiar face in the form of Axel Walker, aka the new Trickster. Whether he is the leader is another question and topic in itself, but yeah, I think he would be someone who would return for this and be the only character or only familiar character in this new young group of Rogues. But now let's go over some of the other new members who could potentially be a part of this new group of young Rogues. The first potential member is a character that some of you may be familiar with if you are, a comic reader, and that is Owen Mercer, who is otherwise known as the second Captain Boomerang or Captain Boomerang 2. Now he is the son of the original Captain Boomerang, that being Digger Harkness. Now on the show, it would be surprising if they actually made Owen the son of Digger, as well, I just don't think they will. They might just make it that he was inspired by the original, and I think that will be a running theme with the other Rogue members that we will be seeing in this video, that they are just like inspired by the other previous Rogues from the series history and like what they did. But having another Captain Boomerang on the show would be cool, as I do feel the character wasn't done well at all on Arrow. So let's hope they redeem themselves here if they choose to go with him, and maybe give him an Australian accent, because it really wasn't believable with the last one, wasn't it? Up next is the character of Mr. Magic. So on the show, just like in the comics, Mr. Magic would just be like another version of Abracadabra. In the comics, he used an old wand of Abracadabra, so they could just make it that on the show, the Abracadabra that appeared and that we saw show up in season 3 of The Flash may have just left some like technology behind, and some guy who would later go on to become Mr. Magic found it and started using it for, well, not so positive things or nice things. And for those that didn't know, even though they did sort of explain it in season 3 of The Flash, Abracadabra would use future technology. As we know, he was from far in the future. He would use that future technology and pass it off as magic, as well. It's commonly said that magic is just science that we don't understand yet. Up next is the characters of Chill as well as Burn. Now I decided to just include these two in the exact same part of the video to save time, I guess. Now as you would be able to guess from their names, they are the new takes on Captain Cold and Heatwave. So essentially these two characters could be introduced on the show as two people who either work together or they could just be complete strangers to one another. But both of them take a liking to either the actions of Captain Cold in the form of Chill and Heatwave in the form of Burn. and they decide to replicate their tools used in their criminal activities. So Chill builds a cold gun, or has it built for him, and the exact same would go for Burn with a heat gun. Up next is the character of Weather Witch, and as you can just tell from her name, this is just a female version of Weather Wizard. Now in the comics, Weather Witch was a, well, how do I say this without getting demonetized by YouTube? She was a lady of the night. But this was of course before she was given access to some pretty cool abilities thanks to a weather wand. Obviously Weather Wizard is still alive in the Arrowverse, he's just locked up I think in Iron Heights. So they could make it that Weather Witch manages to get access to the wand that was created in earlier seasons by Cisco, or they could make it that she is another meta with similar if not the same powers as Weather Wizard, we'll have to wait and see. And the last potential member for this younger, new version of the Rogues that we could be seeing in Season 5 of The Flash is that of Mirror Man, which of course is another version or take or just a copy of Mirror Master. In the comics he used like stolen mirrors that once belonged to Mirror Master to, well, use them and their abilities. This is probably the one I could see them avoiding the most out of the options I mentioned, just due to Mirror Master's abilities not really translating or transferring that well from page to screen like we saw in, was it Season 3? Yeah, Season 3. Sure, they might have figured new and cooler ways to interpret, you know, this style of power and ability, but I really wouldn't be that phased or triggered if they decided to, you know, leave this one out and just skip over him. But overall, the idea of a younger version of the Rogues and like a younger Rogues team coming together makes sense just based on the fact that, well, sure, in previous seasons they should have tried to team up these Rogues in a better way and maybe done like half a season arc or even done them as the full season villain. But obviously Legends came along, took Captain Cold and Heatwave, and just, it was hard to just keep all these actors who played these characters, you know, around so they could just use them for longer arcs and stuff. It's very hard to do that. So I think this is a way to do a storyline with a group called the Rogues, but you know, there's still going to be people complaining that there's no Captain Cold in here, but I think this is the best way to do it with what they have at offer, or have on offer at the current time, seeing that certain characters have died and just some characters can't be used currently. But thanks for watching guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions. Which of these new Rogues that I've listed would you be most excited to see on screen, and is there any other person you think could be a part of this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later guys, and goodbye.